Hi everyone, and welcome again to my audiovisual channel. My name is Gabriela Handel, I'm a draftsman, and today I want to show you a drawing and the reference. So this is another iteration of drawing versus reference. I don't remember which one, I think it might be the fourth one, but as I've said before, it's going to be an ongoing series because I think the relationship between the reference or references and the end result is very interesting. Okay? So that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. Please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, all the things if you want to show support for my channel, and if you want to show even extra support, there's links in the video description that are extra helpful. Okay, so let's see. Let me reveal the reference first. And let me put myself in the corner as if I was in timeout. Okay, so this is the reference, and this is a photograph of model Guinevere Van Venus, photographed by Richard Burbridge. And this is from a series where in the other pictures she's like making faces and whatever. This I particularly like this picture because of how her neck looks. It looks kind of muscly, and her shoulder girdle looks really nice. So I've actually made 3 drawings looking at the same reference photograph, and so this lady is a really interesting lady. She has a really nice jaw. She's looking kind of slouchy back here, you know, but then the front of her neck looks very nice and long, which is what I like. And I also like kind of this relationship between the front of the neck looking very long and then the back of the head, and I mean the back of the head to the neck, and like sternocleidomastoid kind of making this curve and counter curve effectively. So I think that's one of the things that I find so appealing of this from this photograph, but from this image, but also the really tight perspective, kind of like the really smushed, almost flat, almost profile perspective of the shoulder girdle is also really very appealing to me because, so you have the farthest shoulder over here. Maybe I should change the color because it's a monochromatic picture. You have the farthest shoulder here, then you have sternal head of the farthest clavicle right here. You have then the farthest sternal head of sternocleidomastoid, which is the farthest one, and then the closest one of the sternal head of sternocleidomastoid. Then this closest clavicle, which is like also this view of it. So this clavicle ends around here, all right? And you have the first section of it here, like this kind of. It kind of curves up a little bit, like that. And then it ends right here. So if you have a superior view, a bird's eye view of a human clavicle, it looks like this. It curves up into kind of an S shape like that. All right? So what we're seeing is this is this front part here, and then this is this curving part over here. All right, that's a little bit messed up, but so then this bigger bump that you see here is kind of like, I remember trying to kind of make sense of this, because this is the spine of the scapula here, kind of like around here, and then acromion process goes up to meet that lateral head of the clavicle. Okay, so I mean the clavicle ends pretty early on. And so, I might have to review this, but just because I have forgotten, this is why you have to study things over and over again. But anyway, this whole situation here in the shoulder, just in her shoulder, the closest one to us, is just very appealing to me. And so yes, I have drawn this picture 3 times, and that's what I'm going to show you today. I changed proportions because as certain things, first of all to make the neck look longer, but also because this is looking very slouchy. And it really took all 3 drawings to get it to how I liked it the most. So what I did, alright, maybe I'll just show you the first drawing. Because the first drawing retained a lot of the slouchiness and kind of the ruggedness, or like the dirtiness or something, kind of like the grittiness of this series of pictures. Because maybe I should have also looked up the other pictures, but this series of pictures of Guinevere, as I was saying, are kind of gritty and dirty looking. I mean, she's not meant to look pretty in any capacity. I mean, and I also wouldn't say that she's like a pretty or beautiful lady either. She's very interesting. And people usually say that in a negative way, but I'm not saying it in a negative way. I mean, she's actually interesting looking because, you know, that's why she's a model, because she looks interesting and because she photographs interestingly. The photographs that you want to look at. But anyway, so yeah, in the other photograph, she's like making kind of like screwing up her face, and in another one, she's making kind of like a grimace type face, and she also has like this dark, unhinged kind of makeup around her eyes. So the first drawing that I made based on that photograph is this one, and it retains a lot of those strange things that I actually don't care for that much in the photograph, like the slouchiness and like this darkness around her eyes. But I still elongated the neck. Let me add more pixels here. But I still elongated the neck here because you know that I like long necks. So yeah, I wanted to keep, you know, she's not like this rugged looking guy, you know, but she also looks very strange because she has eyebrows, but they're bleached. So it also looks like she has no eyebrows. If you remember the girl with the dragon tattoo, the US version, where Rooney Mara also has bleached eyebrows, and it kind of looks like she doesn't have eyebrows, but it looks weird because there's still kind of like a volume there, and it looks really bizarre. Anyway, but for this guy, I decided to have him not have eyebrows. And he still has, and I still kept like this darkness around the eyes, except, you know, makeup is something that is rather difficult to depict, in my opinion, whether it's painting or drawing. So anyway, the thing is that I kept some of that makeup darkness from the original photograph, from my photographic reference, and used it in this drawing as if it was kind of shadows, or, you know, like skin discoloration, because some, you know, as you have like different color on the skin of your lips, sometimes you also have a different skin color around your mouth, and you know, this is normal, to varying degrees on everyone. And so like this guy probably needs 72 hours straight of sleep. But anyway, yes. And so I kept the tight perspective of the shoulder girdle here because it's lovely. And I also kept the slouchiness. So this guy's pretty slouchy. So this is the first drawing that I made of using this reference. This sold, which is cool. This is the second drawing that I made, and you know what? This looks kind of blown out, so just give me a minute. probably looks a little more like this. Okay. Okay. So as you can see, this guy does not look as slouchy. The features are very different. And the facial features are very different. I like these facial features way more than these and these. Even though here we're already starting, even though with this drawing I'm already starting to, I already started changing the features because, as I said, I don't, that's not my flavor or anything. If we observe kind of what lines happen here, in order to look at things that I changed, one of the things that I changed is this relationship between nose, mouth, and chin, which is kind of, it's almost in a straight line. Is it? No, it's not. It's kind of slanted back a little bit here. I'm using my mouse, all right? Just give me a break. It's kind of slanted back a little bit. Here to here. Okay, so nose to chin. See, this chin dot is closer to the edge of the paper, which is vertical. And I guess I don't care for the appearance of that, and I wanted to kind of, not correct it strictly, but I just wanted the profile to look more like a profile that I like more, which is a profile that has the chin further back like this, whilst still having a marked jaw. So for this guy, here is the nose, and here is the chin, and it's a little bit more tucked, but then for this guy, it's even more tucked. So here is the here is the nose, here's the chin. So like that's one of the things that I quite liked of this one. I like thick eyebrows. I have dark thick eyebrows, or for a girl, and my husband has very dark, very thick eyebrows. It's lovely. And so I have this bias in favor of the thick, dark eyebrows. And so I wanted to draw that on this aeration of the drawing. And also, like I said, even though, it's a very similar body position, but he does not look as slouchy as Guinevere does in this picture. So what I did is just cut this curve down like that. Okay? And, well, as you saw, the neck is also a lot longer. And making this width here from the shoulder to the back, the way that I cut it like this, whereas, as you can see from the pentimenti here, it was way farther back here, like that, but I wanted it to be narrower. That also makes the neck look way longer, also, because it kind of looks like it's part of the neck in a way. So, yes, and I kept this lovely tight perspective of the shoulder girdle, and I'm going to say shoulder girdle so many times, and it's going to be weird every time. So for this bottom part here, because as you can see, the photograph of Guinevere stops here, but for this guy, there's, it would have been like, where would that be? Like around here. So then this guy has a chest, and there's, the bottom of the deltoid, and what is that? Latissimus and teres major around here. So to add this information, I use another photograph that I'll talk to you about another time. A photograph of Michael Fassbender, which also has this really almost profile perspective of his chest and shoulders. And so, it's really quite similar to this one, except maybe the view is a little bit higher, but it's fine. It worked very well. And, okay, so for the elongation of the neck, to sometime talk in more detail about this, once I understand it better, I suppose. That when you want to increase the I made two changes here. Because I made the neck longer, and I also narrowed that depth of the shoulder and the rib cage at the top. And so, you know, you're changing around these proportions of the body, and in order for it to still look pleasing and to not look, for it to not look weird and deformed, you know, you kind of, that's kind of what you do. So for this one, I made the neck longer, but then I didn't narrow out this chest depth, this back chest depth, and so, you know, he kind of has like a Quasimodo vibe going, you know. I mean, not quite, but kind of, okay? A little bit. But he still looks cool, you know, he looks like a cool, sort of rugged guy. But then I wanted to bring the back farther in still. So then I still flattened it out, the curve a little bit more. And then, so if I make the neck longer, then I also have to kind of populate that accordingly. You know, the space that I added has to be filled with information accordingly. So you also have to look at those proportions, because, for example, like how far down does this sternocleidomastoid shadow thing goes down, and like this little fold, like how far down does it go? You know, so then because the neck is longer, those things have to be also be made a little bit longer to then cover, kind of cover the space that I added, something like that. You see what I'm saying? So like also this little fold of skin back here, this little bit of skin folding in on itself, very normal when you smush your back like that. It's like it also has to be farther down. And yes, similarly with other things. What else did I feel like I added or exaggerated something other than, you know, than the neck? I kind of marked a little bit more, although it sort of is here too. The this, because this is a trapezius here. These little thingies you see here, that's kind of trapezius going up that way. So, but it's not ridiculously obvious or anything, and I feel like I kind of made it more obvious. And then I still added more of trapezius, because these are the things that are kind of visible in the photograph, but then this is additional information to kind of make it really obvious that trapezius is there to help, because, you know, there's no additional path up this way in the photograph of trapezius. So that's what I did to help, you know, make it look just more plausible, you know, or kind of plausible, somewhat plausible. Okay. This drawing has not sold. It's, how big is it? It's about this big, like 5x6. It's on Stonehenge. And well, the features, like the facial features of all three drawings are just from imagination. Although the eyes, I would say, are pretty similar in all three of them. Somewhat similar. Because I like the way her eyeball looks. And, you know, this view of this like just off profile is a really great angle at which to show off the Cupid's bow there, so it's pretty nice to be able to do that. Yes, it is very satisfying. Okay, so then this is the final drawing that I made using this photograph of Guinevere Vancinus as a reference. And this one sold recently. It sold this year, which is really great. This is titled Romeo, and this one is by far my favorite. This one is with charcoal over Stonehenge paper as well, and he has the luscious, thick eyebrows, all of the features that I like and enjoy so very much. I just want to note how much more tucked the lips and chin are in reference to the nose, compared in general to this reference, to the reference photograph. Okay, so yes. And there isn't as much of the darkness here in the eyeballs. I tried to make it more, I mean, on the one eyeball that's visible, I tried to make it more like realistic, because the light is coming, I mean, the light source is coming, I would say, from, like somewhere like around here, kind of like that. And so here I think it also turned out, kind of relatively. It's what I was trying to go for, kind of a little bit more to the side, maybe this way. So that way you'd be able to see the hollow of the eye, or the socket, lower lid, and then kind of like the top lid sloping down and then up. And then this lovely cavernous area, and then going onto the nasal bone there. Very nice. It's such a great relationship of shapes there. Yes. Okay. And so the neck is a little bit longer than here, yes, but not too much. But I did keep the narrower, so it's not as long as in this one. It's what I mean. This one is really long, like very. But then in this one, it's still an elongated neck, but not as much. But I still really narrowed still kept the narrowed top chest and shoulder area there. And it's just a very pleasing drawing. And there's also something about the additional contrast that charcoal can bring to this really cool toned white paper. Very, very pleasing, because this one is kind of, graphite is kind of more gray, whereas charcoal is more pitch black. So yes, this Romeo is for sure my favorite of the three iterations. And yeah, okay. Yeah, so I meant to show you this as well. This is another drawing that I made using a photograph of Guinevere as a reference, but in this one I did keep her likeness for the most, I think, I don't even remember now. But yeah, hopefully this sells soon, because it's going to be at Sotheby's at Take Home a Nude soon, the thing organized by the New York Academy of Art. So that's cool. Alright, so I'm going to cut it off here. Let me know what you think. Do you have a preference for either one of these three drawings? Do you ever use a reference and then produce more than one work out of that reference? It makes me think of Tim Burton kind of getting infatuated in a way with his actors and then featuring them in several movies. Like, he's put Johnny Depp in I don't know how many fucking movies now. And he's had Jenna Ortega in several things, and he had Helena Bonham Carter in several things. He's probably going to have Monica Bellucci in way more movies, because he had her in Beetlejuice too. So it's not exactly the same, but it makes me think of that. So yes, let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, and have a great day.